The Iran war just made jet fuel jump 83% in a month. Amazon can't absorb it anymore. 2 million sellers got the email that prices are going up. You didn't. Here's exactly how to avoid the energy price shock, price spike. So without further ado, here we go.
It's only days away. Amazon just announced a fuel surcharge hitting every product on the platform. April 17th, the Iran war has triggered a global energy shock, but they don't want you to know it before they profit. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that means for your cart, where to buy first, and what not to touch on Amazon right now. This is not the time to panic buy. Here's why. Amazon has done this before. In April 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine and oil crossed $100 a barrel, Amazon introduced its first ever fuel and inflation surcharge, 5%. Platform prices rose within 90 days across electronics, household goods, supplements, personal care. That surcharge was called temporary. It lasted 14 months. And when it ended, it didn't disappear. It got folded into permanent rate increases during Amazon's annual fee adjustment cycle. Sellers remember. One top seller said it plainly in the forums this week. Every time they say temporary, it means permanent with a different name. The 2022 surcharge was one shock, one war, one supply chain disruption at a time. What's happening right now is three converging simultaneously. The Iran war driving the energy shock, the tariff regime reshaping every import cost, and recession probability at 49%, compressing consumer spending. The 2022 surcharge was the warning. April 17th is the real event. Here's what makes this moment different from anything Amazon has faced before. Every carrier in America moved at once. UPS raised its fuel surcharge. FedEx raised its fuel surcharge. The United States Postal Service announced an 8% fuel surcharge on packages starting April 26th, running through January 2027. And now Amazon. Every link in the American delivery chain repricing simultaneously. That has never happened before. Not in 2022, not in 2008, not once in the entire platform era. The surcharge is 3.5% on fulfillment fees, the cost Amazon charges sellers to pick, pack, and ship each unit. On average, that's 17 cents per unit. Sounds small, but 60% of all units sold on Amazon come from third-party sellers, not Amazon itself. 2 million of them. When their fulfillment costs rise, they have two choices: raise prices or exit the category. Both outcomes hit your cart. The large institutional sellers, the brands with scale, the importers with freight contracts, they have tools to manage it. They adjust margins, renegotiate contracts. They buy time. The sellers who can't buy time are the American small businesses. The man running a supplement brand, the woman who built a cleaning products operation. For a seller at that volume, the surcharge translates to $17,500 in new costs overnight. No grace period, no phase in, just a new line item. Those sellers are raising prices this week, not next month, this week. Not every category on Amazon reprices at the same speed. Understanding which ones move first is the difference between a smart purchase and a panic buy on something that didn't need to go up yet. The categories repricing fastest are the ones dominated by small and mid-size third-party sellers. These sellers have no buffer, no freight contracts, no margin cushion. Supplements, repricing now. The supplement category on Amazon is almost entirely third-party sellers. Vitamins, protein powders, sleep aids. If you're not stocked up, you're about to pay more. Personal care, repricing now. Shampoo, conditioner, skincare, razors, dental care, again, dominated by third-party sellers across most price points. The mid-market products you actually buy are moving. Cleaning products, repricing now. Laundry detergent, dish soap, surface cleaners, paper goods, high volume, low margin, third-party dominated. These are some of the fastest moving categories on the platform. They reprice fast. Pet supplies, repricing now. Food, treats, supplements, grooming products. The pet supply category on Amazon is one of the most third-party dependent categories on the platform. If you have a pet and you order supplies regularly, this is the category to act on first.
Hey, real quick, energy shocks lead to missed payments, rising foreclosures, and a real estate cycle that moves fast once it starts. I put together the real estate crash bundle, which covers exactly where we sit in the cycle right now, what to watch for, what to do, and when to do it before the pressure arrives so you can actually make money from this cycle and not be a part of the crisis. If you want, the link's down below. Now let's get right back to the video.
Household goods, repricing now. Storage containers, kitchen tools, small appliances, bedding, towels. Anything in this category sold by a seller you've never heard of is getting a price bump before April 17th. Now here's what not to buy on Amazon right now. The electronics. The electronics category is dominated by large institutional sellers and major brands. Sony, Samsung, Apple accessories. These companies have the scale and the freight contracts to absorb the surcharge longer before it flows to the consumer price. Buying electronics on Amazon right now before those contracts roll is not wrong, but it's not urgent. The price pressure hasn't hit that category yet at full force. Furniture and large items. These are sold primarily by larger operations with bulk shipping arrangements. The impact on oversized items is diluted. Not the category to prioritize. Apparel. Major apparel brands negotiate directly with carriers. The surcharge is real, but the reprice lag is longer in this category. Not urgent. Tools and hardware. The tools category skews toward established brands that operate with contracted freight rates. If you need a specific tool, buy it. If you're stocking up speculatively, wait. Here's what nobody in the financial press is connecting right now. Amazon reprices in days because 2 million sellers have no choice. The local store hasn't caught up. Its freight contract was locked before the energy shock hit. That gap between the platform price and the store price is real, it's measurable, and it exists for exactly 1 more month. Go to your local store first, before you open the app. The categories where the local advantage is strongest right now are exactly the categories Amazon is repricing fastest. Supplements, personal care, cleaning products, household goods, pet supplies. Your local pharmacy, grocery store, and big box retailer is still running on pre-surge freight rates on most of these categories. That window is 30 days wide. When those freight contracts roll over, the local price catches up and the advantage disappears. Canned goods at the grocery store, still pre-surge priced in most markets. Dry goods, rice, pasta, beans, oats, same. Cleaning supplies at the grocery store or pharmacy, same. Paper goods, same. These are the categories to buy locally this week before the freight contract lag closes. Dry goods, rice, pasta, beans, oats, same. Cleaning supplies at the grocery store or pharmacy, same. These are the categories to buy locally this week before the lag closes. This isn't panic buying. Panic buying is driving to Costco and filling a cart with things you don't use. This is household inventory management. Buying goods you use every month at prices that are about to be higher. The difference is intent and discipline. Brent crude is at $109 per barrel right now. Oxford Economics says $150 sustained for 4 months triggers a global recession. Analysts say 150 is weeks away. The IDA says a 400 million barrel emergency reserve release is needed just to stabilize global supply. Even if the Strait of Hormuz reopened tomorrow, the normalization timeline for fuel supply chains is 3 to 6 months minimum. There is no short-term resolution to what's driving this surcharge. The carriers know it, the sellers know it, Amazon knows it. No end date. The seller notice says they'll evaluate as market conditions evolve. Market conditions are not evolving toward cheaper fuel. They're moving in the other direction. Amazon's surcharge is the first visible consumer signal that the global energy shock has entered the American economy at scale. All carriers moved simultaneously. That doesn't happen in a stable cost environment. It happens when the pressure is large enough and sustained enough that everyone stops absorbing at the same time. The 2022 surcharge lasted 14 months and became permanent under a different name. This one launched at a moment when every carrier in America moved simultaneously. What not to buy on Amazon right now? Electronics, furniture, apparel, tools. Not because prices aren't going up, because they haven't gone up yet, and you have time. What to buy locally right now? Supplements, personal care, cleaning products, household goods, pet supplies, canned goods, dry goods. The local freight contract lag gives you 30 days of pre-surge pricing that Amazon no longer has. The surcharge hits in days. Every carrier in America has already moved. The sellers got the email on April 2nd. Most shoppers still don't know what it means. Now you do. Stay informed and act with confidence.